I do not believe that he should be representing Texas State, and he should not be a student if he's acting like that. I honestly do.
I think he should not be expelled just for having his opinions.
If we limit one free speech, unfortunately, we limit all free speech. And if we did continue to act like this, a lot more right-wingers would also be expelled too. But that, they don't care.
I feel like being expelled is a very severe punishment. I do believe he deserves to be punished.
You were here yesterday afternoon. What was that like?
It displayed a lot of immaturity. You honestly couldn't really hear anyone's point because everyone's just screaming and everyone's in a rage for no reason. And then just watching people disrespect a guy who just got shot in the neck in front of thousands of people, in front of college students. Just like, there's no need to disrespect someone's death at all, in my opinion. Like, that is not right, and it's just gross just watching people, acting out and getting shot.
When you saw that person here go on with his gestures and his whatever you want to call it. What did you see the video? You saw him do it in person. What were your thoughts on him doing those actions?
It just makes me worried for people in my generation. It's just really hard to watch someone reenact something that is just absolutely horrible, and he died like a gruesome way, and just watching a dude mock him and make fun of him for attention or whatever he's trying to get across, it just doesn't make sense at all.
You said you talked to that person. What was that like?
So he was sitting down in front of a guy waving a flag, and he was just shaking his head. So I was like, hey man, what's your I want to get some input of why you feel this mad, why you feel enraged. He just shook his head, and he was just saying, I can't really say it on here, but he was just basically saying he was like, F Charlie Kirk, all my dead homies. He kept saying stuff like that and shaking his head. He's like, you're just going to talk to a brick wall. You're not going to get anything out of me. So he just something like that, just doing this, and then he can't explain himself on why he's doing it, makes absolutely no sense. Which there was a lot of people yesterday. It's people are there holding signs, and you go talk to them, and it just honestly seems like they don't even really know anything on the argument. And then when you do, you get, yesterday, I got called a bunch of stuff just by trying to talk to people, for, just asking them, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, oh, you're so whatever. It's just sad to me that people are being this aggressive. It shouldn't be like this, because all people here are doing is just trying to learn about what's going on. So that's mine.
Did you talk to him? Did you mention anything about being a student here?
No, he was just, I did see him screaming an argument and just yelling the N-word at people over and over, which he didn't say anything about being a student. He was just being aggressive and acting out.
Got it. So the governor is now calling out. He said that he's calling for the expulsion of this person if they are in fact a student. Do you agree with that?
I would say, it depends. I'm not really familiar with the law of what you're allowed to do, but I do not believe that he should be representing Texas State, and he should not be a student if he's acting like that. I honestly do.
Anything else I didn't ask you want to mention about yesterday?
I just think that people need to be more mature and learn how to actually stand here and make a move. If you're trying to get your point across, don't be aggressive. Just be civil and have a civil conversation. No need to scream or do anything outlandish. That's it.
Yeah, talk to me about your thoughts on what happened right here yesterday at the Charlie Kirk vigil.
So I didn't actually see it, but I've heard a lot about it from other students, and my opinion is that he got up on the statue here, and he was making gestures about Charlie Kirk, and I'm a huge free speech proponent. I think his actions were a part of expressing that free speech, but I think certain people are allowed to find that moral or immoral, depending on how they look at it. I find that if you went outside and you're expressing your opinions on a certain matter, I know a lot of big issue recently is how employers are responding to this, especially in the academic setting, how employers. I think a big thing that people need to remember is freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean freedom from the consequence. Freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences.
So now the governor is calling on the expulsion of this person if they are a student. What are your thoughts on that as part of those consequences?
So this student, I don't know him, but I've seen a picture of what happened, but I haven't seen the video. My opinion is that even if it was rude to the person, I think he should not be expelled just for having his opinions. Even if people want to judge this student for what his opinion on Charlie Kirk, I think that's okay. But he should be allowed, especially in this area where we're allowed to express ourselves, be allowed to express his opinions on Charlie Kirk, even if some people might find them good, some people might find it rude. That's my opinion.
Is there a designated name for this area?
This place is called Quad, I think.
It's like the free speech.
The free speech, freedom expression area.
Cool.
And
Yeah, is there anything I didn't ask you about, anything you may have heard about that video that you want to talk about, or potential consequences of it?
well, it's sort of in relation to this that recently with the university, they're debating moving this whole free speech zone to another side of campus, and I think it's important to have our free speech zone to share ideas here on university, especially here in the middle of public, where all students can engage and can talk and can conversate about the issues they see on campus. And if we're moving people to a different side of campus where less people go to, I think that's kind of shifting away the conversation and shifting away where people are allowed to talk about these issues.
Have you seen that video that surfaced here from the Charlie Kirk video?
So I didn't see it, but the thing is, I was here yesterday and I was standing on the statue. It was really loud, so you can't really understand what's going on, so you kind of just focus on your own lane. But from what I've heard, it's a little hypocritical.
Why?
So people, I'm going to specifically bring up like George Floyd's death. Once he had died, a lot of people made fun of him. A lot of people, Charlie Kirk went out on his Twitter to go, or X, to go out and say 5 years sober, like 5 years after he had died, which is mocking someone's death, whether racially motivated or not racially motivated. You're coming around to expel a student for also doing that. There was no outrage when all the other times that has happened. Some people have been fired, but not expelled by the governor. Why are we focusing on one white man's death, which shouldn't have happened? But where's the reparations for everybody else? Why does it only matter when someone who is so pro USA, or at least this USA, to take like expulsion from the governor? This place is like for free speech. That literal statue is like the freedom of expression. Students have they have a right. They're entitled to, as long as they do not incite violence, not mock. If they don't scream, a death threat. If you don't scream this, you don't scream that. They're allowed to speak here. That's what this is for. It's been like that for years and years and years. And one student makes one comment, and now all of a sudden it's not a safe space. That kid just got arrested for something people have been doing the whole time. Many other people have gone out here to, create petitions and have created, stances and clubs and whatnot. Like, that's what this area is known for. So why is it now that when someone is part of a certain sector of whatever is being arrested, is being politically exploited or whatnot? That's,
so you disagree with the governor, if this person is a student, you disagree with the governor calling for this person's expulsion, right?
I do. If we limit one free speech, unfortunately we limit all free speech. And if we did continue to act like this, a lot more right-wingers would also be expelled too. But that, they don't care. So.
Is there anything I didn't ask you want to mention about this?
No, I would just say support your local libraries, support education. History's watching you, your kids are watching you, everybody else is watching you. Read a book. Thank you.
You said you were here yesterday during that vigil. What was that like?
At first I was just walking past. I was reading the signs, seeing what they were about, and then I decided to come back. Me and my friend came back. We didn't want to protest against, but we just wanted to see what was going on. We were taking videos, taking pictures of the people, and then people started yelling at each other. They were holding signs saying Hispanics for Trump, Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to die, things like that. And the boy, he was just expressing how he didn't care about Charlie Kirk and stuff. And then he started doing the things that he was doing. I think personally he was doing it for a reaction, because the more and more people that started getting hyped, he started doing more. He got up on the horse and stuff and was on the ground. And at that moment, I was kind of scared, because I see a lot of these on TV. I heard about a student that got arrested yesterday at Texas Tech for doing something similar. So I just tried not to get involved, and I'm honestly kind of scared for him too, because I hear that he's gonna get expelled, and you know, I don't support what he did. I don't think it was right, mocking somebody's death at all, but I feel like free speech is important, and like if he wasn't, I don't support what he did.
And you don't support possible expulsion.
No.
Why?
I feel like being expelled is a very severe punishment. I do believe he deserves to be punished. Expulsion, I don't agree with expulsion though, because though he made Texas State look bad, I feel like we're all here to get an education, and free speech is a right to be exercised.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.